Before Denzel Washington became a Hollywood legend and one of the most respected actors alive, he was just a troubled kid from the Bronx, lost, uncertain, and heading down the wrong path. But one moment in church changed everything. That moment didn't just save his life, it defined his destiny. Before we dive into this powerful story, welcome to Famous in Frames, the channel where we break down the lives of the world's most influential people, one frame at a time. If you love inspiring stories, life lessons, and real journeys behind famous faces, make sure you hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an upload. Also, drop a comment below telling us where you're watching from, and don't forget to share this video with someone who needs motivation today. Now let's step into today's story. Denzel Washington is more than just an actor. He's a man of faith, discipline, and integrity, a symbol of how purpose and perseverance can transform anyone's life. From a childhood filled with uncertainty to standing tall as one of Hollywood's most respected figures, this is the powerful life story of Denzel Washington, a man who proved that when faith meets hard work, anything is possible. Denzel Hayes Washington Jr. was born on December 28, 1954, in Mount Vernon, New York. He grew up in a modest home with strong family values and faith at its center. His father, Denzel Washington Sr., was a Pentecostal minister and also worked for the New York City Water Department. His mother, Lennis Washington, was a hardworking woman who ran her own beauty salon. Denzel was the middle child of three, growing up under the discipline of his father and the love of his mother. Though his home had structure, his neighborhood was full of challenges and distractions. When Denzel was just 14 years old, his parents separated, a moment that shook his world. The divorce sent young Denzel into a period of confusion and rebellion. Many of his close friends from Mount Vernon fell into gangs, crime, or ended up in prison. But Denzel's mother, determined to save her son, sent him away to a private Christian boarding school. That decision became a turning point. It pulled him out of negative influences and planted seeds of discipline. At school, Denzel began to rebuild himself, learning the importance of structure and responsibility. Even then, he had no idea what his purpose in life was going to be. He was just another young man searching for meaning, trying to figure out who he was. But his natural charisma and presence started to show. Teachers saw something special in him. Outside school, he worked small jobs and helped his mother at her salon. It was in that same beauty salon that a prophecy was spoken over his life. A woman told him, "You're going to speak to millions and travel the world." At the time, Denzel laughed. He couldn't see how that could ever happen. But years later, he would realize that those words were the first spark of a destiny far greater than he could imagine. After finishing high school, Denzel Washington was still unsure of his path in life. He had tried different things but couldn't see a clear direction for his future. One ordinary day, he walked into his mother's beauty salon, the same place where he had spent many afternoons growing up. That day, an elderly woman, a customer sitting under a hairdryer, kept looking at him. Suddenly, she called him over and said something that would change his life forever. She looked deep into his eyes and told him, "Young man, you're going to travel the world and speak to millions." Denzel was confused. He didn't understand what she meant. At that time, he had no dream of acting, no fame, no plan, just uncertainty. But there was something about her words, something spiritual, that stayed with him. She told him that God had a purpose for his life, a purpose he couldn't yet see. That prophecy struck his heart, even though he didn't show it on the outside. Years later, he would look back on that moment as a divine message, a sign of what was to come. The woman's words became a guiding light through his struggles, reminding him that destiny was waiting. Every time he faced failure or doubt, he remembered that promise. You will speak to millions. And indeed, God's plan began to unfold piece by piece. His first small acting role led to another and another until the world started to take notice. Decades later, Denzel would be standing on global stages, inspiring millions with his voice, his talent, and his faith. The prophecy had come true in ways he could never have imagined. He would later say, "That woman didn't just predict my future, she confirmed my purpose." And from that moment on, Denzel Washington lived not for fame or money, but for purpose, the divine calling on his life. After high school, Denzel Washington enrolled at Fordham University in New York City. At first, he wasn't sure what to study. He tried biology, then political science, and even pre-med. But deep down,
he still didn't know what his true passion was. The pressure of finding direction caused him to struggle academically. Eventually, Denzel took a break from college, a year off to think about his future. During that break, he got a job as a creative arts director at a summer camp. One day, he joined a group of kids performing in a small talent show. As he acted on that stage, something powerful awakened inside him. For the first time, Denzel felt alive, like he had finally found what he was born to do. The energy, the emotion, the connection, it all clicked. Acting was his calling. Inspired, he returned to Fordham with new focus and determination. He majored in drama and journalism, graduating in 1977. His professors quickly noticed his natural presence and intensity on stage. They encouraged him to take acting seriously, not just as a hobby, but as a career. After college, Denzel decided to deepen his craft at the American Conservatory Theater in San Francisco. There, he studied classical acting and learned the discipline behind great performances. Life wasn't easy. He was broke, uncertain, and struggling to get auditions. But he kept believing that God's hand was guiding him towards something greater. Every rejection became motivation. Every small role was a step toward his destiny. And soon, the young man who once doubted his path was standing at the door of Hollywood, ready to become one of the greatest actors the world had ever seen. After years of training and small stage roles, Denzel Washington finally began to catch attention in the early 1980 seconds. His big break came in 1982 when he landed a role on the NBC medical drama Street Elsewhere, playing Dr. Philip Chandler. Denzel brought emotion, strength, and quiet charisma to the screen. For 6 seasons, his performance made him a household name and proved his depth as an actor. But television was only the beginning. Denzel had his eyes set on something much bigger. In 1989, he delivered a breathtaking performance in the film Glory, portraying a former slave-turned-soldier. His raw emotion and powerful presence earned him his first Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor. That moment marked the start of Denzel's rise into the Hollywood elite. He wasn't just another actor. He was a force, a storyteller, and a symbol of Black excellence. In 1992, he took on one of the most demanding roles of his career, Malcolm X, directed by Spike Lee. His transformation into the civil rights leader stunned audiences and critics alike. The performance earned him an Oscar nomination and worldwide respect for his dedication to truth and history. Through the 1990 seconds, Denzel built a reputation for playing complex, inspiring, and fearless characters. He starred in hits like The Pelican Brief, Crimson Tide, and The Hurricane, each role showcasing his emotional range. But it was in 2001 that Denzel Washington reached the pinnacle of his fame with Training Day. Playing a corrupt detective, he shocked the world with his dark, magnetic performance. That role earned him his second Academy Award, this time for Best Actor, making history as only the second Black man to win it. From that point on, Denzel Washington was not just a movie star, he was a legend. Hollywood now looked at him not as a rising actor, but as one of the greatest performers of all time. The kid who once struggled to find direction had now become the man whose name symbolized excellence, integrity, and greatness. Even as fame and fortune surrounded him, Denzel Washington never forgot where he came from. While Hollywood celebrated his success, Denzel quietly gave the glory to God. He has often said, "Put God first in everything you do." To Denzel, acting was never just about fame, it was about purpose and divine calling. Every morning, he starts his day with prayer and scripture reading. He once shared that his Bible is so worn out, it's held together with tape. Denzel believes that his talent is not his own, but a gift to serve others through storytelling. Despite decades in Hollywood, he never let the industry change his faith or morals. He often turned down roles that went against his principles, a rare act of conviction in show business. His humility and discipline come from his strong Christian upbringing and his parents' influence. In 1000, 983, Denzel married Pauletta Pearson, a woman he met while filming the TV movie Wilma. Their marriage has lasted for over 4 decades, one of Hollywood's strongest and most inspiring unions. Together, they raised 4 children, teaching them the same values of respect, faith, and hard work. Denzel once said, "A father's job isn't just to provide, but to protect and guide." His children grew up away from the spotlight, learning to earn success on their own. His son, John David Washington, followed his path into acting, starring in Tenet and BlacKkKlansman. Yet Denzel often reminds his kids, don't aspire to make a living. Aspire to make a difference. Faith, family, and service, these are the pillars that keep him grounded through every storm. He uses his platform to uplift others, mentor young actors, and give back to the community. Through all his achievements, Denzel Washington remains a man guided by faith, rooted in family, and driven by purpose. Beyond the lights, fame, and red carpets, Denzel Washington's true greatness lies in how he gives back. He has always believed that success means nothing unless it helps someone else rise. One of his deepest commitments is to the Boys and Girls Clubs of America, the same program that helped shape his childhood. Denzel often says that the club saved his life, keeping him off the streets and giving him direction. Today, he serves as a national spokesperson and major donor, ensuring thousands of kids get the same chance he once had. He has quietly donated millions of dollars to educational and church programs across the United States. Denzel never seeks headlines for his giving. He prefers to do it silently, from the heart. He once said, "The most selfish thing you can do in this world is help someone else." His generosity extends to historically Black colleges, scholarships, and youth mentorship initiatives. He funds programs that teach leadership, discipline, and faith to young people from struggling backgrounds. Denzel also supports the Fisher House Foundation, which provides housing for families of wounded soldiers. Many of his donations remain anonymous because for Denzel, giving is not for attention, it's for purpose. In interviews, he often challenges others to use their blessings to bless someone else. He reminds people that real success is not measured in wealth, but in impact and integrity. Through his speeches and mentorship, he has inspired countless students, actors, and dreamers worldwide. He often visits schools and churches, sharing wisdom about faith, humility, and perseverance. Denzel's message is clear. Don't just aim to be famous, aim to be useful. Even at the height of his career, he remains deeply connected to his community and church. His life proves that true greatness isn't in what you earn, but in what you give and build for others. Denzel Washington's legacy is not just his movies. It's the hope, faith, and light he's left in millions of hearts around the world. Today, Denzel Washington stands as one of the most respected and admired figures in the world. Even in his 70 seconds, he continues to inspire millions with his work, wisdom, and humility. After over 4 decades in Hollywood, he has earned 2 Academy Awards, 3 Golden Globes, and countless other honors. But more importantly, he has earned something far greater, the respect of generations. In recent years, Denzel has shifted his focus from acting to directing and mentoring. He directed films like Fences and A Journal for Jordan, showing his deep love for storytelling and truth. He continues to choose roles that carry meaning, purpose, and moral lessons, not just entertainment. His most recent film, The Equalizer 32023, was another reminder that his talent only grows with time. Off-screen, Denzel lives a quiet, private life far from the noise of Hollywood fame. He spends much of his time with his wife, Pauletta, and their family, valuing peace over publicity. Denzel still speaks at churches, universities, and leadership events, sharing his faith and life lessons. He often reminds young people that faith and discipline are the foundation of true success. In interviews, he emphasizes that his mission now is to inspire, guide, and uplift the next generation. He mentors young Black actors and filmmakers, helping them find strength and identity in their craft. Even at this stage of his life, Denzel stays deeply rooted in his Christian faith. He says, "I'm just a vessel. God is the director." Unlike many stars, he's not chasing fame or fortune, he's chasing purpose and legacy. He continues to support charities, faith-based programs, and education for underprivileged youth. With wisdom, grace, and conviction, Denzel Washington has become more than an actor. He's a living example of faith in action. As of today, Denzel's story reminds the world that true greatness isn't about how high you climb, but how many people you lift along the way. Life lessons from Denzel. 1. Put God first. 2. Discipline beats talent. 3. Your purpose will find you, even if you're lost. 4. Stay humble, even at the top. 5. Success means nothing without service. Denzel Washington once said, "True desire in the heart, that itch that you have, whatever it is you want to do, that's God's proof to you that it's already yours." His journey from a confused teenager to a world icon proves that when you walk by faith, not by fear, the world opens doors you never imagined. So the next time you doubt your path, remember Denzel's story, because your purpose might already be waiting for you, just on the other side of faith. If this story inspired you, motivated you, or taught you something new, don't let it end here. Subscribe to Famous in Frames for more powerful biographies, real-life lessons, and stories that shape greatness. Hit the like button, it helps the channel grow and tells us you want more content like this. Comment below, what lesson from this story stayed with you the most? And please, share this video with a friend or family member, because the right story at the right time can change a life. This is Famous in Frames, where legends are remembered and lessons live forever. See you in the next frame.